Pleasant good evening to you. Welcome to the Jim Dunne program on a thumping old Tuesday night. The sounds of the Dave Clark 5. Kind of kicking things off for this old Tuesday even time. You just try too hard.
You may not find us on your TV.
We lost our Big Joe. Yes, no.
What do you want?
Good evening.
What do you want? What do you want? R-A-D-I.
Radio Wonderful in Wausau, Wisconsin, the sounds of Big Rig. Now we've got two members in the Jim Dunne fan club. 50 degrees on the outside. You're looking kind of good for a thumping old Tuesday night. We've got music till the wee hour of 1 o'clock. We've got our People Poll coming up shortly after 8 p.m. this evening. Gobs and gobs of pick it and play. It's just for you and Big Rig.
The happy smile on your radio dial. WRIG.
Right you are. 9 minutes on the downside of 7:09 on a Tuesday night. Already much more Big Rig music for you. This be a wax to watch from those sweet talking chiffons. Oh, you best stay away from him, little lovely. He's a sweet-talking guy. Kind of a groovy sound of the Jim Dunne program. That'd be a wax to watch this week. 11 minutes on the downside of 7. Lucky 7-11 on a Tuesday night.
How many times have I told you?
Every day is...
Third and Washington, where records are our bread and butter, not our dessert.
You turn me on, fella. Speaking of turning me on, this one kind of turns me on. It did from the first time you picked it on the People Poll to go and grow on Big Rig. That's just indeed what it did. All the way up to number 18 on the brand new Nifty 50. These are the Mindbenders.
When I'm feeling blue, all I had to do is take the kind of love.
We've got 7:15 on a Tuesday night Jim Dunne program. That be weather checking time.
WRIG, Wisconsin's weatherman, with the Big Top Weather Tour.
Taking a peek at our old prognostication for mid-state Wisconsin, calling for fair skies and cooler temperatures for tonight with frost or freezing temperatures again tonight, lows in the upper 20s. This is May, too. I think somebody better inform the weatherman. Tomorrow, Wednesday, mostly sunny and warmer, though. Beautiful highs in the 50s. Partly cloudy and not quite so cool. Tomorrow night, Thursday, cloudy with light showers possible. Currently, we have at street level 48 Big Rig degrees.
Held over at the circus.
Kind of groovy, baby. I dug them last weekend. They're cool. They swing, baby. You know it. News headlines at 7:25 on this first frantic 25 of the Jim Dunne Tuesday fiasco. Hey, watch out. This is that cat called Low-I, Low-I. Watch it go and grow and Rig. Yeah, let's go! The sounds of Louie Louie. Those be the Kingsmen for you on the Jim Dunne program.
WRIG, Radio 140.
The Swinger, baby.
WRIG.
Kind of groovy. We've got music, a groovy kind of music till the wee hour of 1 o'clock. 48 degrees on the outside. Good idea there. We got a buzz on the old telephony from Judy Kenya of Wausau tonight, and Judy kind of digs the sounds of old Lou Christie from the Nifty 50. It's number 4 this week, Judy. It's called Rhapsody in the Rain. There you was, Judy. Rhapsody in the Rain. Lou Christie on the Jim Dunne program. You know what happens every time somebody calls me here at Big Rig Radio? You know what happens to my phone?
Ring, ting-a-ling-a-ling-a-ring, 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 ting-a-ling-a-ling. You're in the best
Pepsi generation.
Look for the special Pepsi display in the beverage department at the A&P supermarkets.
That's the good word, Bert. Thank you, sir. Don't you dare forget now, exclusively on the Jim Dunne program, we've got our People Poll of the Evening coming up shortly after 8 p.m. Taking us to news time, these are the spoons.
Did you ever have to make up your mind? Decide.
Oh, did you ever have to make up your mind, booby? Did you ever? Those are the Lovin' Spoonful of brand new Wax to Watch on Big Rig Radio, and you do stand by, my friendly. Boy, time goes by too fast, I do believe. That's going to have to do it to this first 25 of our little whatchamacallit on the Jim Dunne program. News Alive next at 25. On the flip side, we've got those Fantastic Four from old England. And just between you and me, WRIG News.
Big top banner line news.
Had a very pleasant good evening. Jim Dunne reporting this edition of Bannerline News, brought to you by the friendly First American Bank of Wausau. Wisconsin's 1966 highway death toll has reached 268 today, 6 more than on this date 1 year ago. An Oshkosh State University freshman has pleaded innocent to a charge of homicide by negligent use of a firearm in that city. Bail has been set at $120,000 for an Illinois man and woman accused of burglary who were caught fishing envelopes out of a Racine Bank's night depository. Governor Warren Knowles today addressed a joint session of the state legislature and outlined 4 priority fields of legislation for Wisconsin lawmakers in '66. The Defense Department discloses that 11 American flyers have been killed over Laos over the past 2 years in little-discussed operations in the war. The Commerce Department has asked some 60 textile industry leaders to keep prices stable and put off capital investments where possible. The House Armed Services Committee has added nearly $1 billion to the administration's military procurement bill. A Senate subcommittee says 4 Army divisions in the U.S. are not in combat-ready condition. Senator Ernest Gruning and Senate Subcommittee Staff Director have lashed at the Army surplus property disposal setup. And a spokesman for the General Services Administration says the government is reviewing its safety standards for tires for all federal vehicles. We'll take a look at mid-state weather in just 60 seconds.
A growing family needs a growing house. You'll be able to keep your home.
Here's the weather.
On the weather outlook this evening for mid-state Wisconsin, the Big Rig listening area calling for fair skies and cooler temperatures for tonight with frost or freezing temperatures, lows in the 20s. Tomorrow, Wednesday, mostly sunny and warmer with highs once again in the 50s. Partly cloudy, not quite so cool for Wednesday night. Thursday, once again cloudy with light showers, very possible for Thursday. Light and variable winds tonight becoming east to southeast, 10 to 18 miles per hour tomorrow. Currently, we have winds out of the northwest at 5 to 8 miles per hour. Clear skies. Our high this afternoon was 52 degrees, the overnight low 30. At street level, we now have 47 Big Rig degrees. Listen once again this evening at 8:25 when Bannerline News will again be brought to you by the friendly First American Bank of Wausau.
WRIG Radio, Wisconsin. Big top banner line news.
And you're right in the swing of things with the Jim Dunne program on WRIG, AM and FM in Wausau, Wisconsin, the home of the Radio Good Guys.
There's plenty of fun on Radio 1.
Is that any way to start off another portion of the Jim Dunne program? You fellas calling me a nowhere man, I should say. Those are the Beatles from the Nifty 50 survey, kind of slipping down this week. We do expect a brand new one from the Fabulous Four mighty soon on Big Rig.
Have a good evening with WRIG for fabulous night sounds.
And you always have a mighty good evening with the sounds of the Jim Dunne program. Tuesday night, May the 3 of 66, 47 degrees on the outside. We're kind of schlepping our salami till the wee hour of 1 o'clock on a Big Rig Tuesday.
I'm Bob Allison, left fielder for the Minnesota Twins Baseball Club. In school, don't let money stop you.
No.
See your local state employment office today about youth opportunity, back-to-school jobs.
I'll tell you one thing, Bob. Money never stops me. Money, I would never let money stop me. Holds me back quite a lot, but never stops me. 25 before the hour of 8 o'clock. This be Irving. Frank Gallup to tell you about it.
He was short and fat and rode out of the... Really?
Oh, my goodness. The 142nd fastest gun in the West, that's our boy Irving.
Held over at the Circus Club for another great week. The Infinity 5.
Kind of groovy, movie. You bet it is. 22 Big Rig minutes before that hour of 8 o'clock as we're kind of in the first big hour of the Jim Dunne Tuesday program. We do it to it for 7 big hours, or call it 6 big hours. Well, you never know. 6 hours each and every night on Big Rig Radio. Number 2 this week on the Nifty 50 survey, the Mamas and the Papas. Monday, the sounds of the Mamas and the Papas on Big Rig Radio. A good evening to you.
Radio fun for everyone on WRIG. WRIG.
And now with a very special news report, here is WRIG's news director, Marv Nellis.
Smoke rising 100 feet into the air drew a pretty good-sized crowd. RIG telephone report.
You've just heard a special report from WRIG's news director, Marv Nellis.
Golly, Bert Heppel, be there.
Thank you, music man Marv. 17 before that Big Rig hour of 8 o'clock. News first and foremost in Big Rig at 55. One of the first big sounds from Mr. Lou Christie a few years ago. It's called Two Faces Have High. You heard it as a Big Rig smashback.
WRIG, Wisconsin's weatherman, with the Big Top Weather Tour.
And the watchful word on Big Rig weather for mid-state Wisconsin. Fair and cooler tonight with frost or freezing temperatures in the low 20s. Tomorrow, Wednesday, mostly sunny and warmer again with the highs in the 50s. Partly cloudy, not quite so cool. Tomorrow night, Thursday, cloudy with light showers possible. Currently, at street level, we have 47 Big Rig degrees.
Don't grown-ups know?
No, beautiful.
News Alive at 55, just 7 minutes from now on the Jim Dunne program. We're going to dish up a few kicks with Paul Revere and the Raiders from the Nifty 50. It's rated number 10. Those kicks just keep on getting harder to find. 10 minutes before that hour of 8 o'clock on the first Frantic 50 of the Jim Dunne Tuesday evening. Whatchamacallit, a mighty good evening to you. Looking kind of good for a Tuesday evening.
It's time now to pick it and play it.
The first person to call WRIG at 842-1400 gets a chance to select the next record to be played.
Pick it and play it.
Things are changing for the better. Things are changing for the better.
In the next 5 years in our company, we will probably employ 40,000 people in additional and newly created jobs. Hopefully, a large percentage of these people are going to come from minority groups.
Increasingly, it is no longer a matter of raise, it's a matter of preparation. It is terribly important that Negro youngsters go knock on the doors for these openings.
Oh, right you are. 46 degrees covering the city. Debbie Reilly of Wausau was the first one to give us a buzzaroo this evening for our Pick It and Play It on the Jim Dunne program, and Debbie kind of digs the sounds of the BJ Thomas and all the triumphs slipping down the survey this week. It's called I'm Just So Lonesome I Could Cry. Did you hear? That's BJ Thomas, Debbie. I'm so lonesome that I could cry. The sounds of the Big Rig Nifty 50 survey, and that, my friendly, is going to have to do it to the first 50 of the Jim Dunne Tuesday program. You do stand by. Big Rig News headlines are next. Big Rig News live at 55. On the flip side, we've got the sounds of those young rascals going to do it to it, and just between you and me on the Jim Dunne program, WRIG News.
Live at 55. It's time for another radioactive WRIG News Report.
Had a very pleasant good evening. Jim Dunne reporting this edition of Big Rig News alive at 55. Currently at street level 46 degrees. Complete weather to follow this news. The deaths of a West Bend man today of injuries suffered in a traffic accident on Sunday has boosted the state traffic toll for the year to 268, compared with 262 at this time 1 year ago. The latest known victim is 23-year-old Victor Plishening, who died in a West Dallas hospital of head injuries. Authorities said the West Bend man was injured when his car veered across Highway 45 near Kewaskum and struck another automobile. Also injured fatally in a crash yesterday were 63-year-old Lloyd Chambers of Madison and 65-year-old William Sellers of Milwaukee. Jefferson County Sheriff's deputies said the Sellers car apparently entered the eastbound lane of Interstate 94 from an off-ramp and was going the wrong way on the highway. The collision occurred approximately 1 1/2 mile west of the interchange. The move of the Milwaukee Braves to Atlanta has cost the suburban town of Brookfield its most celebrated cattle herd. Mrs. Eddie Matthews, wife of the third baseman for the displaced Milwaukeeans, said today that the family's herd of 22 cattle will be put up for sale. Mrs. Matthews indicated that her husband away, problems with the cattle have begun to develop which she cannot alone handle. And so she said she would take her family to join Matthews in Atlanta, so the herd must go. Rex Draheim, a farm operator at Johnson Creek, will handle the sale of the cattle for the ball-playing Matthews. Draheim has advised the family on cattle breeding since the baseball player first acquired 2 purebred Angus heifers at an auction in '64. An Oshkosh State University freshman 19-year-old James Bland of Racine has pleaded innocent to a charge of homicide by negligent use of a firearm. Bland was arrested last month in connection with the fatal shooting of 19-year-old Lawrence Johnson, also of Racine and a classmate of Bland's. Winnebago County Judge James Sitter adjourned the case yesterday for 2 weeks. Bland is now free on $1,000 bond. The Wisconsin Assembly, in an afternoon session today, approved by a 71-23 vote a bill that would require the Committee on Water Pollution to hold hearings on potential water pollution situations. Presently, the committee may hold hearings on alleged pollution. In other activities this afternoon, a bill was passed by 65-29 that would exclude heating, wiring, and plumbing improvements of $1,000 or less from being added to assessed property valuation. Assemblyman Mark Lipscomb of Milwaukee said property owners now neglect building improvements because it would increase taxation, and this measure would offer an incentive. The Senate today closed its session with a debate on additional school aids and eventually decided to delay any final action until mid-May. Wisconsin Democratic legislative leaders have called a news conference tomorrow and are expected to report that the state's financial outlook is good. Spokesmen for the Democrats are expected to come up with figures showing that the state of Wisconsin can be expected to end the biennium, July 1st, 1967, with a surplus ranging from $47 to $73 million surplus. The estimates are based on a study of tax revenue payments made by budget analysts at the direction of the legislature's Joint Finance Committee. State Tax Commissioner James Morgan said, however, that he will not have his estimates on anticipated revenue until May 15th. An accelerated highway construction proposal supported by Governor Knowles and Assembly Speaker Robert Huber stumbled over its first legislative hurdle today. The Assembly Judiciary Committee voted 6-3 to indefinitely postpone the compromise. The measure would have stepped up highway construction by bonding a 1 cent per gallon increase in the gasoline tax. The compromise was offered as a substitute amendment to a bill proposed to accelerate road construction through bonding alone. Then the committee voted 7-2 to indefinitely postpone the original bill. The committee's rejection was considered a setback to efforts to reach an agreement on a compromise approach to financing an accelerated building program, but the original proposal was reported out, and the full assembly will have a chance to act on it as well as the compromise itself. And some 36 Bayfield area children from the impoverished families will receive preschool training in a Heart Start program approved today by Governor Knowles.
And now, Big Rig Mid-State weather.
The weather outlook this evening for Mid-State Wisconsin: fair and cool tonight with frost or freezing temperatures, lows in the upper 20s. Tomorrow, Wednesday, mostly sunny and warmer with highs in the 50s. Partly cloudy and not quite so cool tomorrow night. Thursday, cloudy with light showers possible. Currently, at street level, we have 46 Big Rig degrees.
Big Rig has just presented another radioactive news report.
WRIG.
Yeah, babe, that's all we gotta have is just a little bit of that good loving and a good evening to you. Welcome once again. Hour number 2 of the Jim Dunne program on the go-go for a Tuesday.
WRIG, the Tower of Power.
Hey, my baby, we're swinging with music till the wee hour of 1. All the music from the Nifty 50 survey, a couple of waxes to watch, and all kinds of big sounds that you more than likely heard first on Big Rig Radio. 46 degrees on the outside.
From 150.
Right you are. We've got 4 on the downside of 8 o'clock, and as we do each and every evening exclusively on the Jim Dunne program, we have a little people poll. Tonight we've got a brand new sound for you in Mid-State Wisconsin. It's a brand new one by Little Anthony and the Imperials, the group that had Going Out of My Head and many hits in the past 8 to 10 years on Big Rig Radio. Kinda gonna do it again. We'll let you pick whether this one will be a big hit or a big miss in Mid-State Wisconsin. Little Anthony and the Imperials, it's called Baby, You Just Better Use Your Old Noggin. Oh, yeah, babe, you got to use the old Nagaroony there. That's what you got to do. Little Anthony and the Imperials, and that's our People Poll song of the evening on the Jim Dunne program. So if you are unfamiliar with the situation at hand, we're going to explain it to you. We played the song now. Now it's your turn to decide, and really, this is on the level. People have asked me, they say, oh, come on. I mean, you don't really consider what I call, if I don't like it, you're not really going to consider it, do you? And this is on the level. If you call up and more votes call up and say that they don't like it, then we will no longer play it on Big Rig Radio. If you call up and say that you do like it, then my goodness, we will play it more and more on Big Rig on the Jim Dunne program. So this is your chance. If you do kind of dig it, give me a call at 842-1400. And if you don't kind of dig it, give me a call, the same number, 842-1400. And it will be your chance to pick whether it will be a hit or a miss on Big Rig.
And now, a word from Glenn Foy.
That's what happiness is, the sounds of Big Rig Radio. 20 hours of every single bebopping day. 46 degrees on the outside. We're going to hold the People Poll line open until about 20 minutes on the downside of 8 o'clock on the Jim Dunne program. So if you do feel like giving us a buzzaroo, let us know what you think of the brand new Little Anthony and the Imperials record. 10 minutes on the downside of 8 o'clock, and a mighty good evening to you.
Here's the WRIG High Flyer.
It's the chart topper this week from Herman and the Hermits. Herman and the Hermits, I'm leaning on the lamppost that says wet paint right there. You see it where it says wet paint? Mighty do-good idea there. We're going to hold the people poll line open for about another 12, we'll call it 7 minutes on the Jim Dunne program. So if you do kind of dig Little Anthony, or if you don't kind of dig Little Anthony, give us a buzz at Big Rig and you tell us. And like I told you before, this is on the level. So if you voted to be a hit, then it will be played again. If you voted to be a miss, then we put it into the record heaven. Just taking a brief look at sports action tonight in the Major League Baseball play in the American League. Cleveland is at New York, Baltimore at Washington. The Kansas City A's will meet California tonight. Minnesota is in the White Sox City. Boston is at Detroit in the American League. In the National League, Los Angeles will play San Francisco. St. Louis is hosting New York. Philadelphia at Atlanta. Pittsburgh and Cincinnati and Chicago. The Cubbies will be playing under that big, huge Astrodome in Houston tonight. And now, you know the score. 46 degrees covering the city on a terrific Tuesday night. These be the Supremes. Yeah, baby, love is just like an itching, scratching in my heart. The first week on the Nifty 50 survey for the Supremes, rated number 35 on the big brand new Big Rig Nifty 50 survey.
WRIG, Wisconsin's weatherman, with the Big Top Weather Tour.
On the old weather outlook for mid-state Wisconsin, the Big Rig listening area, calling for fair skies and cooler temperatures tonight with frost or freezing temperatures. Oh, no. Don't let them do this to me. Lows tonight in the upper 20s. Tomorrow mostly sunny and warmer with highs in the 50s. Partly cloudy, not quite so cool for Wednesday night. Thursday, cloudy with light showers once again probable. Currently, we have at street level 46 Big Rig degrees.
This is John Wayne. If you're a recent college graduate, your future is the most important thing in your life.
You're a real swinger. 46 degrees on the outside. Our high this afternoon was a beautiful 52. The overnight low, 30 degrees.
Radio 140, sensational RIG.
On the go-go with the Jim Dunne Tuesday, whatchamacallit, on Big Rig Radio. We've got music till the wee hour of 1 o'clock. Our people poll lines will be open for about another 2 minutes, so if you kind of dig or if you kind of don't dig the brand new one by Little Anthony and the Imperials, give us a buzz and you kind of figure out whether it will be a hit or a miss on Big Rig.
No pain.
Ouch!
On an island never cry.
Boo-hoo, boo-hoo. I don't know if an island cries. I mean, have you ever really seen an island cry, Paul? Paul Simon and Art Garfunkel there, the sounds of Simon and Garfunkel. It's brand new for you, a wax to watch on Big Rig, and I am a rock, or otherwise known as a lunkhead.
WRIG, the swinger in Wausau. The station that keeps you on time.
21 1/2 on the downside of 8 o'clock, the Big Rig Tuesday time for you.
They must last a lifetime. For more free eye tips, write Prevention of Blindness, Box 426, New York, 19, New York.
Oh, I dig you, baby. You swing, you swing. 46 degrees on the Jim Dunne Tuesday programming for May the 3 of 66. That's going to have to close the poll on the people poll for Tuesday night. You do stand by. We're going to tally up and tabulate and count and not count and decount and forecount and throw our votes into the IBM machine here in Big Rig. And on the flip side of Big Rig News headlines at 25, we'll let you know whether the brand new one by Little Anthony and the Imperials, you voted it to go and grow or stop and flop on Big Rig. Oh yeah, everybody's got to get stoned. Bob Dylan to tell you about it. A little bit of go-go music from Dylan here. Everybody must get stoned. The title of that one, which has nothing to do with the song itself. Rainy Day Woman, number 12 and 35. Booby Bob Dylan on the Jim Dunne program. And that, my friendly, is going to have to do it to another 25 of music on a Tuesday night. You do stand by, because just between you and me, WRIG News.